CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Lauren Pastrana, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories. We've got breaking news right off the top. A multi-car crash in Pembroke Pines, Chopper 4 over the scene along the northbound lanes of US-27 and Pines Boulevard. You can see extensive damage to multiple cars. Rescue crews are on the scene right now. Traffic is being redirected as a result of the accident. Right now, we don't have any word on how many people were hurt or what caused the crash. We'll have more on this story as the information comes in.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
And taking a live look outside right now, conditions are ripe for storms today. Next Weather meteorologist Cindy Pressler is tracking a few for us right now. What areas are the target of concern, Cindy?
Just starting to pop up over Miami-Dade County, over the western portion there. And these are just the start, but I think we're going to see severe storms well to the north. You go Lake Okeechobee and north of that, so Orlando, Melbourne area, that is more likely to see the severe storms, but we're going to see a few storms as well. You got the sea breezes coming into play now. We have a southeasterly wind, so that's going to push those storms back off to the west again. So I think it's going to be over the interior that gets the best chance to see any rain today. And again, areas to the north, you go north of Lake Okeechobee, even up here in Palm Beach County, those are the areas that are likely to see a severe thunderstorm watch this afternoon, because look at this, the outlook, elevated risk. You go north of Broward County, we have a limited risk going this far south, but we could certainly use that rain. It has been so dry here, so any showers and storms that do pop up this afternoon, we're going to be grateful for. We'll take them. So this is what our rain tracker is showing by 5 o'clock. Now a little bit more development into western parts of Broward County as well. A lot more now as we head into 6 o'clock this evening, trying to get up into the metro areas, very western metro areas. For instance, Southwest Ranches, the western area, you have the better chance to see any showers and storms. And look how it kind of pulls off to the west by 8 o'clock and pretty much done then for this evening. But we're going to start this process over again tomorrow. Lots of heat, lots of humidity. Winds are going to turn to the south direction, a southerly direction, and that's going to start pulling in a lot more moisture. So the humidity will be high, plus these temperatures extremely high. So this is what we're expecting as far as rainfall through Sunday. So that would be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, next 3 days. And again, it's over the interior areas where we want to see the stronger, the heavier showers and thunderstorms. But along the coast, you could still see some rain too. But this is the latest drought monitor, just came out today, and now drought conditions extend. Moderate drought for Miami, the Kendall area, and Fort Lauderdale. You are now in severe drought, so the dry conditions are starting to take over. But we're going to see some changes next week, and that might be a drought buster for us. Temperature-wise, though, very hot again. Heading into the weekend, we're looking at near record highs, 93 degrees Saturday and Sunday. And then next week, notice those temperatures come down. It's because of a system, the tropical system, that wants to develop a little bit off to our south and west in the Gulf of Mexico. So that could pull a lot of tropical moisture, rain, and that would be by the time we get to the middle of next week to the end of next week. So that should tamper those temperatures down just a bit. But another hot, humid weekend with a chance for showers and storms.
Cindy, thank you. Lockdown has been lifted at Coral Gables High School after police say shots rang out just blocks away from the school. CBS News Miami's Peter Dench went to the scene to figure out what happened.
There is a lot of police activity here on Grinnello Avenue as they try to sort out what happened. Sources tell us that this appears to be a murder-suicide. Now, Miami-Dade police are investigating this case, and they tell us that 2 people are dead inside a residential building, and 1 person has been transported to the Ryder Trauma Center. Coral Gables Fire Rescue said that person is in stable condition. Now, it happened at 320 Grinnello Avenue near Bird Road and not far from Coral Gables High School. That school was temporarily placed on lockdown. This is an unusual sight here in the city, and neighbors tell us they have a lot of questions and they are surprised.
I'm shocked, just shocked. Yeah, but it's a sign of the times. If it's a couple, it's terrible. It's hard to believe this is such a nice complex, well-run, very safe. The Gables there's nothing better than the Gables.
Miami-Dade police tell us this appears to be an isolated incident and there is no threat to the community. We will have an update on this story coming up in just an hour at 5. In Coral Gables, Peter Dench, CBS News, Miami.
And now to an update. Singer Sean Kingston is thanking his fans for their support after walking out of jail. In a post made on Instagram, he said, quote, "It's great to be home. A special thanks to God, my family, my friends, and my legal team. I cannot forget about my amazing fans. Thank you for all your love and support," end quote.
Home sweet home, watch your step.
Yeah, Kingston there covered his head as he walked out of the Broward County jail earlier this week. He's facing 10 charges, including grand theft and criminal use of an ID for allegedly running an organized scheme to defraud. The charges stem from accusations he stole more than $1 million in jewelry, furniture, and cars. His mother was also arrested on similar charges. She has since been released. Kingston's lawyer claims he was coerced and should not face any criminal charges. He is expected to request a jury trial. Miami International airline workers are demanding fair treatment. CBS News Miami's Nakaya Carrero has a look at what they're asking for.
Miami International Airport employees are rallying behind me. They say they need better wages in order to make ends meet. See what their demands are tonight at 5 on CBS News Miami.
And some South Florida aviation students are desperate for help after their flight school shut down. Now they're out thousands of dollars, but they have no way to continue learning how to fly. Back in March, tragedy struck when the owners of Atlantis Aviation Flight School died in a plane crash. All 5 people on board were killed. After the crash, students got emails from the school saying all operations were stopped. They've heard nothing since. The lawyers for the owner's estate says there is no timeline on when this may be sorted out. The heroes of World War II, both those who died and those who survived, are being honored today in ceremonies marking 80 years since D-Day, the start of the Allied invasion against Nazi Germany that led to the end of the war in Europe. CBS News Miami's Elaine Cobb is in Normandy, France, where President Biden warned that democracy was now more at risk than at any point since World War II.
President Biden and the First Lady bowed their heads in front of a wreath at the American cemetery overlooking Omaha Beach, where more than 9,000 U.S. soldiers are buried.
Monsieur Bill Cassassa.
Earlier, he was joined by French President Emmanuel Macron, who bestowed the Legion of Honor, France's highest award, on 11 U.S. World War II veterans.
In memory of those who fought here, died here, literally saved the world here. Let us be worthy of their sacrifice.
The president marked the 80 years since the D-Day invasion by saying the U.S. and its allies will not walk away from Ukraine as it continues to defend itself against Russia.
We're living in a time when democracy is more at risk across the world than any point since the end of World War II, since these beaches were stormed.
Before the ceremony, the president met with some of the men who survived World War II, all of them pushing 100 years old or even older. Onofrio Zicari from Syracuse, New York, was 21 years old when he landed here.
We landed and we had to crawl on the beach, really. I looked over and there's this GI. He was sitting on his helmet and he was holding his guts. The war brings nothing but misery, nothing but misery.
With each passing year, fewer and fewer veterans remain to tell the world what happened that day. Elaine Cobb, CBS News, Normandy, France.
A key witness takes the stand in the criminal trial of the president's son. We take you to the courtroom when we come back.
Betty, you feeling a little spicy?
Am I what?
Spicy. It's a mix of sweet and spicy. Here, you gotta try this.
All right, check this out. You know, it is the latest and hottest food craze tomorrow at 6. The reason behind the generational trend over bolder, spicier treats.
And how companies are cashing in on the craze.
Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Hunter Biden is back inside a Delaware federal courtroom today for day 4 of his trial on felony gun charges. One of the witnesses back on the stand today sold Biden the gun at the center of the case. Yesterday, that man testified he saw Biden fill out the federal form on which he's accused of falsely claiming he was not using drugs. Hunter Biden has pleaded not guilty. The economic impact from the Eastern Conference Final and Stanley Cup Final are bringing a boom to hotels, restaurants, and small businesses in downtown Fort Lauderdale. CBS News Miami's Yvonne Taylor joins us from the Baptist Health Iceplex in Fort Lauderdale to learn more.
With this kind of background, we talked to the mayor of the city of Fort Lauderdale, who's not only excited about the whole fact that the Panthers are going to play for the Stanley Cup, but also about the economic injection to the city.
The business community has estimated between $20 and $30 million is the economic impact that we would probably see here in our community at the end of the series. So depending upon how many games are played, how often they're played here, we're hoping to wrap this thing up pretty quickly.
Coming up at 5 o'clock, we're going to have reaction from some of the fans and also people that have come into Broward precisely for the game. That'll be at 5 o'clock. We are in Fort Lauderdale. Ivan Taylor, CBS News, Miami.
And in the Panthers' hunt for the Cup, the Cats were back on the ice for practice. While they were preparing for the big series, the Panthers still had some time to answer some fun questions like, who's got the strongest playoff beard on the Panthers? The leader in the clubhouse is probably Sam Bennett, while 22-year-old Anton Lundell is trying to keep up.
He's doing the best he can. I mean, it's pretty funny looking at some of the beards on our team, but yeah, we definitely give it to him a little bit about that beard.
Somebody's been chirping my beard, but I was kind of expecting it, you know. I don't take, I'm not mad about it, you know. I'm proud of my beard. I'm just doing my best.
Just give them a little bit more time. Make sure you join us live at 7:30 on Saturday for our Hunt for the Cup pregame show. Mike Cunio and Steve Goldstein will be at Amerant Bank Arena previewing the matchup that is streaming live on our CBS Miami YouTube channel. And that's CBS News Miami's Quickcast. I'm Lauren Pastrana. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS Miami.